Well, good morning, and I'm so glad you found your way into my kitchen. It's Grandma Roseanne, and we're going to have breakfast together this morning. We're going to have a breakfast that I learned and have made for, I think, 65 years. I was in junior high school when they still had home economics 100 years ago, and learned to make eggs goldenrod. And I have made them for all of those years. Now, when a recipe will hold up for 65 years, whatever, I don't know. Don't try to do the math. I'm 77 years old, okay? So I was like, I don't know, maybe 13 when I learned how to do this. It is so good. My brother lives in Wisconsin, and he came over, visited us a while, and I made this for breakfast for him. He loved it. And he said, I'm gonna go make it for my family. Well, he went home to Wisconsin, and I'll bet you a bucket of frogs he never made it. So Chuck, this is for you. You can make it for your family. So what we're going to start out with is going to be a bechamel. Huh, that sounds so hard, Roseanne. It is, because it is a French sauce. It is the basis of so many of the French cooking. All it is a medium white sauce. My mom never called it a bechamel. She called it medium white sauce. So that's what we're going to be making here. What it calls for is 1.5 tablespoons of butter. That's about right there. 1.5 tablespoons of flour. So we're going to put that into a little skillet here. Just like that. And 1.5 tablespoons of flour. This is a very, very simple recipe, very diverse. You can do so much with this recipe. 1.5. That was 1 tablespoon and a half. Then we're going to come to the stove. We're going to put it onto like a medium heat here, and we're going to let it melt down. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to let it cook a little bit, because what you have to do is you have to cook the flour. You don't want that raw taste in there. So we will cook the flour, but just for a few minutes. You want to be careful because you're making a roux is what you're actually making here. You want to be careful that you are not making it very dark, like some roux are, especially in New Orleans. If you go there, the roux are such a dark brown. That's not what we're looking for. What we are looking for here is just simply a white sauce. And this is such a good sauce, really a good sauce. Alrighty. What we're going to be adding to this, as this cooks, we're going to add 1 cup of milk. So here we go. This is really simple, and if you want to make a larger version of this, just add, just do more. It's just equal parts of flour and butter. Okay. Now see, it's getting just nice and golden. That's what you're looking for, and we don't want lumps in this at all. So we're going to be very gradually adding the milk. Just like that. Super simple. Now, I will tell you, there's so many uses for this. This is a basic white sauce, a bechamel, that you will use for so many things. If you want to make a white pizza, this will do it. White lasagna, this will do it. If you want to make, oh my gosh, macaroni and cheese, a souffle, any kind of vegetable, you can put this white sauce over it, and it is absolutely superb. Now we're going to let this thicken, and just kind of over a medium to low heat. You don't want it to be real extreme. So while this is doing what it is doing, we're going to go to the next step here. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually crack the eggs. Now these eggs have been hard boiled, and just in case you don't know how to really shell an egg, I'm going to teach you right now. And I can do that because when I used to live in Chicago, my husband and I owned an extremely large restaurant, and I must have shelled a million of these puppies. I didn't do the cooking, but I sure was the helper. So what you do is just smash it with your hand like that, okay? And then you find that little membrane, which is right there. You can peel it away. You'll feel it when you hit it. And once you hit that little membrane, see? You just pull it away. Easy breezy. No problem. And how many times have we tried to do an egg and you gouge out half of the egg? Well, that's not going to happen here. Now, what we're doing here is we're allowing this to thicken. So I want you to take a really good look at it. See how it's starting to trail? That's telling you that you're just about there. Now, I don't want this to cook too much more, but I do want some seasoning in it. So we're going to put a little bit of salt, not too much, just a little sprinkling of salt, a little sprinkling of pepper. White pepper would probably be better, but I don't have any white pepper, so that's okay. So we have the seasoning in here, and now we want to put the nutmeg in. So this is a great little grinder for the nutmeg, and the nutmeg is really a nut. So all you're going to do is just scrape it like that. And you see, it doesn't, you don't add very much to it, but it really does enhance the flavor, really does. All right. Now we're just going to let that stay warm because it's now at perfect consistency. So what we're going to do now is just construct it. You're going to be careful not to get into the yolk. You just want the white. You're going to chunk it up in there just like that. Okay? This is really good. Just like that. Protect that yolk, because you're going to see in a second what you're going to be doing with it. You don't want it in pieces. This is also really excellent on biscuits. And I have another video up, you guys. It's called Wow Wow Buttermilk Biscuits, and they are amazing. So if you want to try that, it is excellent. Now on the smallest hole of this grater, you want to grate the yolk. Just like that. Takes just a second to grate the yolk. And grating the yolk, I think, does make a difference. I really do. All right, now what I have done is I have already fried some bacon, so it's just here all ready to go for our assembly. Okay, so we are ready to assemble. So we have a piece of toast or biscuits, whatever you prefer. Then you put the cream sauce over, just like that. This is such a good little breakfast, it really is. I like it a lot. Then sprinkle your bacon. And what's really nice is you can put as much or as little as you like. It depends on what your personal preference is. And then the crowning glory, right there. So, a little bit of bechamel, a little bit of egg, a little bit of yolk, a little bit of bacon, and one good taste. That's a big bite. There, that's more ladylike. Look good. It's really good. You guys, you could serve this for a brunch if you have a lot of people over. It's really easy to make because you can do so much ahead. So give it a try. Eggs Goldenrod from when I was in 8th grade. Thank you. Subscribe. Tell me if you like it. Enjoy it. I'll see you on the next video.